Generations of Americans have responded with a simple creed that sums up the spirit of a people. Yes, we cook.
Welcome to Yes We Cook. I'm John.
I'm Carolyn.
I'm Mark.
And Yes We Cook is a show for people who enjoy good food, but do not have much cooking experience. In this particular episode, I am the person who enjoys eating, but has not really cooked before. And Mark and Carolyn are going to show us how to make simple dishes that anybody can do. It's straightforward and it's fun for friends, or in this particular episode, a date.
Ingredients. Yeah, what's in it? Okay, all this stuff can be purchased at your local, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, supermarket?
Okay, so we're going to be making a salad. Good thing to eat before a meal.
Before a meal.
So, all right, so we've got our ingredients. What is this? A beet?
This is a beet.
Okay.
If you put it in the oven, it takes forever to cook.
Yes.
So a quick way of doing it is just to peel off the skin and grate it.
Can I give that a try?
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
And this is a peeler. If you don't have one, it's worth investing in. It's a very small investment.
How much?
I'm not sure.
Too much. All right, so
now we've got our beet.
Right.
We're just gonna grate it like cheese.
How am I doing?
Good.
And you want to keep whatever you're grating between your hand and the grater.
Right. You don't want to grate your hands.
Okay.
Now these beets have a nice earthy flavor.
Now what does that mean? When somebody says this has an earthy flavor, what does that mean?
It means it tastes of minerals.
Like what kind of minerals?
I don't know the names of the minerals, but it tastes like...
Obviously you're not a geologist.
Obviously I'm not
Unlike
a geologist. Me. Why don't you taste a beet and tell me what minerals it tastes of to you?
Lucite.
So now that we've done that...
Okay, I'm gonna set this aside. And whoa.
Yes.
You have an apple and a knife.
I have an apple and a knife.
Okay.
You're gonna dice up this apple. In a salad, you want to balance the textures and the flavors. So you have the kind of dark, earthy, and stringy beets. This is gonna be kind of a crisp, tart balance to that.
I was trying to cook for myself last week, and I wanted some cheese.
Okay.
And so I had the block of cheese thusly.
Right.
And I had a knife.
Oh.
Like this.
Be careful.
I held the cheese like this, and I was on the phone like that.
Oh.
And I went like that.
Oh no.
Which left some of my finger on the cutting board.
That is unfortunate. Slice away from your body, for one. Always away from the body.
All right.
And then
that's less interesting.
Basically, you want to slice forward and down. It's
forward
kind
and
of
down.
like this.
And you're curling your finger.
Anchor the thing that you're cutting.
All right, now we're going to be slicing these up.
Yes. I'm going to do one, and I like to keep it pretty close. And then I'm going to dice some of the other.
And one thing you've said before is think about how if you were eating the salad, how big the pieces you would want.
Exactly.
Right.
What do you want it to taste like when you're actually eating it?
I would like this to taste like apple. Look at that knife control.
Yeah.
So now we are on to the funnest and most mature portion of the salad prepreration.
That's right.
We're going to candy some nuts.
We're going to candy our nuts.
And in order to do this, we're going to use this frying pan.
Water and sugar.
All right. And we have our cup of nuts.
And our cup of nuts. Walnuts are good because similar to beets, they have a nice earthiness. Do you want to diagnose what metal you taste in there?
That should taste like mercury.
Mercury. Well, that's dangerous. We should be careful in our nut take then. So, but the thing I really wanted to point out is that these nuts have been crumbled so that they're smaller.
So you just sort of broke them up.
I just sort of broke them up with my hand. Okay. And the reason that that's important is that now they have more surface area. And so you turn on the heat. And you pour in your water.
And goes the water.
And then you pour in the sugar. It can be very approximate. And then you just want it to start dissolving in there. And then we will add in our nuts at the end.
Okay. You see this little motion right here? That's what chefs do.
This is our lovely goat cheese.
All right.
So you're just gonna crumble it. Just use your hands and break it up. So now we are reaching the magic moment, and it's starting to look less like fluid and more like something that's just about to candy.
Okay.
And so we just dump in these nuts and make sure they get really coated. We give them a nice stir.
And we're just gonna let this go until all of the water is boiled
Right,
off.
exactly. You have to be careful about when you add your nuts, because if you add them too soon, they'll taste kind of boiled because they'll be sitting in the water for a while. You want them more to be toasted.
Okay. And this is fun because it's another activity that makes you look and feel like a chef. Because you're just sort of like, you know, oh yeah, I'm just candying the nuts.
Just candying the nuts.
No biggie.
You know, stirring them around.
Do it all the time.
When they're done, you want to have a non-stick pan or a tin foil if you have tin foil ready to go. It's firming up. Now look at this. It looks like caramel. You see?
Right.
I actually really don't like just plain nuts. Like, here are some nuts in your salad. Enjoy.
Like, what is it, Russia?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you couldn't put them in the oven or something? You couldn't, you know, candy them or do something to them?
This is date night.
This is date night.
Are
I
you
want
even
to see
trying?
some effort.
Obviously you're not trying.
And you don't want to let it go too long.
Turn off the heat.
They'll start being like nut crystals instead of. There we go. And just spread them out. Spread them out so they don't stick to each other.
We have our olive oil,
vinegar, mustard,
and our standard Golden's mustard,
and some sugar. And we won't need too much of a sugar because of all the sugar in the nuts. So pour in your oil.
3 tablespoons of this.
About 3 tablespoons of this.
How much of the vinegar?
Just do it to taste. And to bind the two of them, use a little bit of mustard.
And again, how much you're just sort of adding?
I'm just sort of, I'd say maybe a teaspoon. Give it a stir. So.
How's that date taste?
This is a really sour and bitter date.
Well, that is to
very
be expected.
acidic. This date is not going well.
All right, so what are we gonna do?
We're gonna add some more oil.
Let's try it now.
Much more mellow.
Oh, the conversation's
changed.
Mellow. You found something in common.
That's
Let's
right.
go there,
Keep going. But it needs a little bit of an edge.
Oh.
It needs a little bit of an edge.
Just sort of take off a button, maybe. Oh, you're adding the sugar.
And I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar.
Because you need some sweetness. Every day is the 14th. That's what I say. But this teaches us that, yes, there are recipes in cooking.
Right.
But you can use your instincts.
You can totally use your instincts.
You know what you like.
You've been eating. You know what you like. You know what tastes good. And you should trust it.
And that's a lesson for picking a life partner as well.
That's right.
Okay, so we've got our lettuce. We have our salad.
Here's an important lesson.
Yeah.
In dinner preparation, as in romance, timing is very key. So you want to have your component parts ready.
Yeah.
But you don't want to assemble anything until right before you eat.
So we would set this aside.
Right.
And then
cook the rest of the dinner.
Cook the rest of the dinner, and then when we're ready to bring our salad out, that's when we combine everything. Mix it up.
This is some baby arugula blend.
Okay.
Arugula is a very good green for this, but really you could use any green.
This is arugula. Baby arugula is known as the wussiest of the salads in nature, right?
I don't think that's correct.
Or the bougiest.
The bougiest, unquestionably.
Okay.
Wussiest, I don't know. So you've got your nuts here. They've sort of stuck to each other, which is fine, but you want to make sure that you break them up. We've got basically all our ingredients, and now we're going to put on some dressing. If you're not sure how much to add, and really there's no precise way to know how much dressing you need, lowball it.
Okay.
You can always add more dressing.
Right.
You cannot take the dressing out of the salad once it's in.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start.
And that's a rule with ingredients in general.
Yeah, you can always add ingredients in, but you can't take them out. Let's try. So I tried a leaf of it. Now I'm gonna try. Nice. Very good. Oh, the candied nuts are really nice.
And then this is ready to serve.
It's ready to serve.
So we've got a delicious salad here that's not only nutritious and delightful, but it is also a wonderful metaphor for life and relationships.
That's right.
We'll probably edit that out.
Yes, we
Cook.